I think Vietnam is one of the most fascinating countries in the world. There's something exciting around every corner, from delicious fresh food to remarkable culture and amazing scenery. Vietnam really has got it all. My name's Melissa and I've been arranging holidays to Vietnam for 20 years. My job is to ensure that our customers get the most interesting and memorable experiences here. So geographically, Vietnam is a long, thin country, which means it's got a great variety of scenery as you travel from north to south. If you've only got 2 weeks to spare, you've got plenty of time to see all the highlights of Vietnam and get a little bit further under the skin of the country too. So I'd recommend visiting Hanoi with a side trip perhaps to Ha Long Bay, then heading down to Hoi An and Hue, and then from there travelling to the south and visiting Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City and venturing into the Mekong Delta. One of the questions we get asked the most when people are planning a trip to Vietnam is what's the best time of year to travel and what's the weather going to be like. The great thing about Vietnam is there's always going to be good weather somewhere, no matter what time of year you come here. As a rough rule of thumb, the north, including Hanoi where I am now, is that it's coolest in our winter months and it's warmest during our summer months. The best time to visit the centre of Vietnam, which includes places like Hoi An and Hue, is roughly between about February and September, when it's lovely and warm and dry. The south, including Ho Chi Minh City and the Mekong Delta, is pretty much hot all year round. The best time to visit is between November and around April, when it's a little bit cooler than it is in the summer months and it's at its driest. If you're planning a tour of the whole country, then you can pretty much visit any time of the year. What you might want to think about is which part you spend your time at for the beach part of your holiday. People often ask what's the best way to get around in Vietnam. Well, to be honest, think of a mode of transport and Vietnam's probably got it. Here, the journey can be as much a part of the experience as the destination itself. There are some other fantastic modes of transport in Vietnam that you can use to get from A to B. For example, you could travel by Vespa bike, you could travel by military jeep, or you could just take the journey slowly and travel by road with your guide and driver. Vietnam Airlines have got an extensive flight network and a really good service, so you can pretty much get anywhere in the country fairly quickly. Travelling by train is really good fun in Vietnam. You've either got the option of an overnight sleeper train where you've got quite a comfortable bunk, or you can travel by day, which is a great way to mingle with the locals and see some fantastic scenery. One of the questions we're often asked is what the accommodation's like in Vietnam, and I'm pleased to say there's a great variety. So you've got heritage hotels, you've got rustic homestays, you've got luxury beach retreats, and there's some fantastic boutique hidden gems as well. Having a private guide can make a real difference to your experience in Vietnam. For a start, they'll ensure that everything runs like clockwork during your trip. And in addition to that, they're going to get you some fantastic local experiences and to take you to the kind of places that you just wouldn't discover if you were on your own.
Xin chào, my name is Hoan. Yeah, I'm one of the baby boomer of the Vietnam War. I grew up on the farms and I've been guiding for about over 10 years. I love my job very much. I love my country. Okay, yeah, it's right. It's good? Nice, good taste, right? My job is bringing people together because my father told me to be a little bridge to bring people from different culture to our culture of Vietnam. My favorite things about Vietnam are Vietnamese beauty. I mean the natural beauty, its culture, the food, especially the street food, and I love the best is the people, Vietnamese people. In Vietnam, we have a lot of fresh ingredients because Vietnam is a tropical country. We have a lot of herb gardens everywhere in the countryside. Vietnam recently is considered the kitchen of the world. So we have lots of beautiful food such as pho and bánh mì, the sandwich. The sandwich is considered the best in the world. You couldn't find it better in the other countries.
So having a guide is a great cultural exchange. You'll learn lots about Vietnamese history, you'll find out things you'd never know about day-to-day family life, and they'll recommend fantastic restaurants for you to eat in, and they'll also ensure that your trip goes smoothly.